Hi guys, and welcome to DIY with Nadia. I have a little co-host right here. His name is Louie. If you're new to my channel, he is such a cutie patootie, and look how quiet he is. Are you behaving really good on video today? Looks like he is. So today I have two projects to share with you guys. The first one is a wreath, and the base for the wreath I did use from a recycled wreath that my mom gave me, and I just kind of took apart because it was, but you can make this out of a cardboard frame, or you could take the Dollar Tree board, the white board, and just cut it out. You could make it out of anything because you need a flat, wreath base, so you could make it out of anything. And the second project is a picture frame. So the picture frame itself I got at Michael's for 99 cents. Not bad at all. And I just decorated it with the little succulents I did get at Walmart for $1.50, and it wasn't $1.50. I got it on sale. I think I ended up paying like 40 cents for it or something. So check it out and see what you think, and let me know down below if you want to recreate it or what you thought of it. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started on these projects. To get started, I'm just using these tea lights to prop up my wreath so it's easier to paint, and I will be using this beautiful acrylic lime green by Craft Smart to give this wreath 2 coats. The succulent square I got at Michael's. Originally it was $20 and I paid $2.50 for it. Now I'm just removing the succulents from the grid, and I found that the best way to take them off was just to twist them off the grid. Because these succulents are all one piece of plastic, I went in and I cut off all the tips so they would lay really nicely on the wreath. To arrange my succulents, I first grabbed the really big ones and just spread them on my wreath, and then used the little ones as fillers throughout the wreath. Here I'm just using a hot glue gun to secure the succulents to the wreath, but then I realized that the succulents are plastic and they are on the heavier side. So I did go back and reinforce them with E6000, and I do highly recommend it because the weight of the succulents will eventually start playing a role and they'll start falling off if you only use the hot glue gun. To decorate my wreath, I decided to pull out this beautiful 1.5 inch white ribbon, and I'm just making a simple bow and securing it in the middle with some floral wire. To prevent my bow tails from fraying, I do always like to singe, and I like using a little tea light and just really quickly running the endings of my ribbon through the flame. To cover the middle portion of the bow, I'm just using a leftover piece of ribbon and just hot gluing it together, so I have about a 1/2 inch ribbon, and then just folding it over and hot gluing it to the back of the bow. To hang the wreath, I cut off a 14-inch piece of that white ribbon that I made the bow with, and I just attached it to the back of the wreath. To finish off the wreath, I took that beautiful bow and put it on top of the ribbon, and then grabbed a tiny little succulent and also hot glued it to the center of the bow. To get started on my succulents picture frame, I'm going to give it 3 coats of this acrylic paint just to make sure it's nice and white. After a picture frame has completely dried, it's time to decorate. And I'm going to start with these paper succulents that I got at Walmart on clearance for 40 cents. And just play around and arrange them on the picture frame how I think I want them. As back accents, I will be using this beautiful green ribbon that I found in my stash, along with that really thin white one that's on my table. And the first thing I want to do is just use my flat iron and just to iron them out to bring them back to their original beauty. Next, I'm just eyeing how I want that bottom portion to look and then hot gluing the green ribbon into place. For the effect that my succulents are actually growing, I decided to add some reindeer moss to the back of the succulents. Now I'm just grabbing the white ribbon, centering over the green one and hot gluing it. And I do recommend you hot glue it to the back. The only reason I used hot glue in the front is because I knew my succulent was going to be there. Otherwise, you will see the hot glue bumps on the white ribbon. The edges of my paper succulents had a dark tint to them, like a dark red, so that is why I decided to paint my Explore sign in a dark red shade. Okay, you guys, before this next step happens, I do know that succulents don't have anything in the middle, but I felt like something was missing because the background was white and there was nothing on top that was kind of working in. There was just a lot of that greenery and the succulents, so I decided to put pearls in the middle. I would like to know if you guys would have put the pearl in the middle just like I did or would have left it alone. Myself, I debated it. I put it on, I regretted it, then I didn't regret it. I thought it looked nice. So I would love to know what you guys would have done. Now I'm just cutting down the picture to size and we are all finished with our project.